Guys.
Don't be nervous, Shelby.
I'm not nervous. I'm just gonna cringe so hard. Just a warning, this story is for 18 up, so if you are under 18, thank you for your support, but cover your ears.
I need a permission slip from your parents.
Yes.
Children, on my
get
desk.
out.
Children, leave.
Leave.
Or pay $5.
No, not even.
Alright, so Luke did say what my things were earlier this stream, but in case you forgot, I got Muppets and erotica. So be prepared, guys. It starts strong and it ends strong. The night was cool and quiet. The houses down the street had lights turned off, and the ones who lived in them were sound asleep. All except one house. An old-time house with yellow siding, a dome roof, white picket fence, and a red bus parked in the driveway with 5 names written on it. Dr. Teeth, Janice, Zoot, Floyd, and Animal, members of the Electric Mayhem. Inside... Shut up. Inside, the lights changed color and music bounced the house. The Muppets were celebrating a new movie finished. Many were bumping and dancing around. The Swedish chef made hors d'oeuvres and drinks for the others. The air surrounding the party was getting hot and heavy. I'm sorry. The Muppets even more so. Rizzo, God fucking me. Rizzo the rat went up to his best friend Gonzo. Man, I learned of a new game to play. Gonzo looked interested. What is it? He replied. It's called...
Oh my god! Yes! No, dude!
We put a cookie between us and the last one meets the cookie. Gonzo looked at Rizzo and said, I don't know. What's the matter? Too scared that you're gonna lose? I knew you were a coward. Gonzo took offense. I'll show you. Gonzo grabbed a cookie from the Swedish chef and headed to the main room in front of where all the Muppets can see. I'm gonna win this one. And with that, Gonzo whipped out his...
I know you're laughing, but it sounds like you're about to start crying.
Gonzo whipped out his... started to... Rizzo followed soon after. Every Muppet was cheering for who they think would win. Then Yolanda, Rizzo's girlfriend. This is true. He has a girlfriend and her name is Yolanda.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay. Came to the front of the crowd. Rizzo the rat! You have no decency! Rizzo looked at Yolanda. Babe, don't distract me. I have to win this. Rizzo then blew up Yolanda with a turn of his head. Yolanda was infuriated. We'll see about that. And Yolanda took Gonzo started. Going faster and harder. Rizzo was shocked, not just for the fact that Yolanda was giving up to Gonzo, but that he liked watching it. Every Muppet watched the scene unfold, still rooting for who would win. Watching 2 of their pals made the others even more hot and bothered. Then Gonzo made a face that were non-stop, moving Yolanda until he stopped. Yolanda took her head away and spit Gonzo's on the cookie.
Oh, not his silly string. I gotta take this jacket off. It's hot here, brother. Woo!
Okay. There. Now you have to eat it. She picked up the cookie and handed it to Rizzo. Rizzo took a bite and swallowed.
Oh. Ugh.
That was the hottest thing I've ever seen you do, and Rizzo and Yolanda started to grind on and undress each other. Doing it in front of everyone. Others started to join in the fun. Statler and Wardolph, the helplers, had Scooter between the 2 of them. They called him a bad boy and degraded him every chance he had, and Scooter liked it.
Scooter?
Not my boy Scooter.
Zoot his into Janice while she was on top of him. Floyd made his way behind her and slowly started to her while she rode Zoot. Sorry. Sorry. Dr. Teeth stood over Zoot's head, giving him a good look of what would have been the closest thing to a taint that the Muppets could have. He took Janice's head and put his in her mouth. She was getting every. She knew she would be sore tomorrow, but she didn't care. Animal watched his fellow band members as much as they could. Animal watched as he beat his as fast and hard as he would beat the drums. In the basement, Dr. Bunsen, Honeydew, and Beaker were at work.
No.
Beaker. No.
Beaker was strapped into different harnesses and ropes. Naked. Okay, you remember our safe word, right? Dr. Honeydew said sensually as his victim on the wall. Beaker looked at the sexy Muppet walking up to him. Meep!
Oh.
Wait. Wait, is that you using the safe word? Meep! I don't know if you're actually using it or not. Meep, meep, meep! I can't actually understand you. I just make up what you're saying. Oh my god, this is where it gets serious.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. Through all the grinding, humping, and Miss Piggy was moving her way through the house. She was on a mission. Finding the one she wanted to share the celebration with. She dressed up for him with her black lace thong and bralette covered in a long pink sheer robe where the sleeves ended with feathers. She went through every single room, looking for her timid green frog. Kirby! She shouted in every room. She found many Muppets. Sweetums getting by Sam the Eagle and Uncle Deadly. Gonzo and Camilla and the chicken. The Swedish chef still passing out hors d'oeuvres. He's just happy to be here. Finally, she found him. In Fozzie's room. With a ball gag in his mouth.
Yes, we knew it. We called it, dude.
With a ball gag in his mouth and Fozzie in his...
Waka waka.
The both of them looked
I'm
at
about to Kermit.
Oh my god. The both of them looked at Miss Piggy, who barged into the room and slammed the door. She was so shocked that she couldn't move. She just stared at them on the bed. Sorry, I have to take a moment to finish this. Fozzie took out his fuzzy and wiped the fluff on a nearby towel. He stalked over to Miss Piggy, his long in clear view of her. Miss Piggy stepped back until she was against the door, never taking her eyes off Fozzie, or rather his... Fozzie took Miss Piggy's hair into his paw. He whispers in her ear, "You got yourself a very obedient pet. You could join us. Be my obedient pet, and I could show you why Kermie likes it so much." Oh my god. I hate that I have to read this out loud. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
You wrote it.
I did write it. I wrote it. He rubbed his paw over her that were barely covered. Oh my gosh.
It was his head's in shame.
The greatest thing anyone's ever done.
Okay. She moaned and arched her back away from the door. Shut up. All right, my little swine. Tell your pet what you want. Miss Piggy looked from Fozzie to her Kermie. Spit ran down the side of his mouth. The ball gag was soaking wet. And Miss Piggy was intimidated by Fozzie. No one has made her feel that way, and seeing her little Kermie in that state was getting her more hot and bothered than ever before. Miss Piggy walked over to Kermit and pulled him by the straps, bringing him closer to her face. "You think you could be pleasured by someone else without my permission?" Kermit whimpered through his gag. Miss Piggy tightened the gag, making... Shut up! Miss Piggy tightened the gag, making a tear fall out of his lustful eyes. Miss Piggy looked pleased with the reaction she got from him. "Do you think this is all you're gonna get, Kermie?" Kermie shook his head. "Good, because you're not gonna until I tell you. If you do, there's gonna be more where that came from." Miss Piggy took off the ball gag and walked over to the bed. She sat on the bed and looked at Kermit. What are you waiting for? It's time to make up for what you did. Kermit walked over to her and got on his knees. Miss Piggy. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Now you're sorry?
Yeah. Kermit started to kiss her thighs, slowly moving up closer and closer until he came across her boy in the boat. He moved her lacy underwear and started to moving faster and faster. He started to spell her full name with his tongue, but then he realized he spelled her name wrong.
I don't. I was about to say I don't like that Luke went back there alone.
You had to take care of something.
Yeah. He had to start again. As this. Fuck. Hold on.
No, Brennan. They're not just fucking. What they're doing is art.
As the scene unfolded before him, Fozzie strutted over to the pair, leaning over the frog that was on his knees and whispered into the pig's ear. You get to pick, my little pig. Who's first, you or him? Miss Piggy thought for a moment. Him, she replied. Fozzie brought up Kermit's head with a finger. Are you ready, my pollywog?
My pollywog.
Kermit nodded his head. Fozzie got behind Kermit as Kermit continued what he was doing. Fozzie slowly entered his into Kermit's hole.
This just turned into Yowie.
Shut up! Fozzie moved in and out, gradually moving faster and faster. Kermit was moving back and forth, and Miss Piggy could definitely feel it. She started to feel her core getting hotter until she couldn't hold it. She yelled, "Oh, Kermit!" as she fell back onto the bed. Fozzie pulled her back up by her hair. Don't think that you're done. It's now your turn. Kermit came over and inserted himself into her while Fozzie entered from the back. Miss Piggy winced. She never had both of her filled at the same time. She liked it. Kermit and Fozzie started to move together slowly, then faster and harder. Miss Piggy with every movement. Kermit's face contorted as he tried not to. More filled the room from all three Muppets.
Yay.
Fozzie took Miss Piggy by the face. You better finish soon because I'm about to waka all over you. Hearing this made Miss Piggy get closer than she already was. After a few more shakes from her fellow Muppet mates, both Kermit and Fozzie removed themselves on Miss Piggy. All three laid in bed, all sweaty, sticky, and gross. The house was still rocking in more ways than one. The Muppets really know how to party. The end.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
Wow.
a fucking masterpiece.
I'm never gonna be the same.
Well, okay, first off, I agree with that. I will never be the same, too.
I'm a different person than I was.
That
15
is
minutes
scary. That is scary.
That was good.
Like,
Thank you.
wow.
Well, that was a good time.
All right.
I am getting stimulated in my prostate.